Hi everyone, my name is Sky.
And I'm Jack Goody.
And this is our SoC project. It is SoC Yao Immersive Virtual Reality for April in 2026. So Professor Yao's Integrated Digital Omics Lab is the company that we are representing and made this product for. And what they do is they develop scalable algorithms and machine learning models to analyze like biological systems and microbiology and stuff like that. The lab's research is in microbiology, molecular diversity, and statistical machine learning, which has given us tools like the Motif Raptor, P3DB protein database as well, and then now our project. So Yao over here is our main stakeholder, Professor Yao. And we also have our project manager, Jane Ohaya, our tribe lead, Jeff Falkenberg, and Adrian Pilkington. So the team consists of the six of us. So it's Brandon Muff, Krish Ganashan, me, Sky Gann, Jack Fruling, Jack Goody, and Parker Peterson. And Jack Goody is the project manager, and Parker Peterson is the dev manager. So the problem is that a lot of 3D visualization software that goes through these kind of data sets are really big and they're very task specific. So you'd have to download a software and put in something like very specific data types kind of thing. So our opportunity is to make a more widespread use kind of thing that can be more accessible on like phones, or in our case, VR phones and computers. So this kind of brings this opportunity for teachers to be able to showcase data visualization to a classroom by showing them like, hey, this is what we've been working on lately. This is the data proteins that we've been learning about. You can go in and you can get really big data sets. We got our maximum to 1.2 million, which kind of gives us a lot of opportunities to be a more widespread use, more accessible app than a lot of the current mainstream ones, which is kind of where our product comes in.
So I can talk about some of the solutions that we developed. So you can see on the left here that we have the blue and green buttons. We basically had two modes for leader mode and big data mode. The leader mode was developed kind of to enable that sharing of the room, so the leader can enter the room and then the rest of the class can join with the room code. And then you can see kind of an example of that in the top picture here, where we have a big data set loaded in, and that would be an example of what the leader would see as they navigate the room. And then on the right, we have a menu that shows kind of the sidebar of the menu that the leader sees as they navigate the space. And then, again, if you enter VR, you can see in the picture there's a secondary in VR menu. But when you enter the app, on the right side, that menu will appear on the right side of the app as well. So then in the bottom picture of the bottom center, we have this rabbit example. That's an example from our big data mode, where you're able to, that's the one we developed that supports the 1.2 million data points like Sky was talking about. And yeah, you can see also in that picture, kind of on the right side of that bottom center picture, you can see some VR hand controls that correspond with VR gestures that we were able to add to the app to increase VR accessibility.
Yeah, so the kind of idea there is, since we wanted it to be accessible on VR and including the Apple Vision Pro, which is one of Apple's newer headsets that doesn't have controllers, instead it just tracks your hands. So we wanted you to still be able to move around and like open the menu and do everything functionally the same in this newer headset. So we had to add like gesture tracking stuff, so you can like point to move in whichever direction you're pointing, or you open your palm and it will open the menu there. In order to be able to make it just as accessible as you would have on your computer, basically. And you can see like your hand kind of down there. Those are the like showcasing what the hand gestures are, so you know what they are right when you walk in.
Sorry, did you have anything else on this?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We do have like, if you go downstairs, you can try it as well with the Apple Vision Pros. It takes a minute to set up. And you can see we have the 3 main modes. There's the leader mode that Jack talked about, and you can also join. And then we have the big data mode, which can't really mesh well with the networking just because of how many data points you're using. So that one's for specific use cases of like really, really big data. But yeah, I think you pretty much covered everything.
Okay. So yeah, the value from this app, the main application, the web app, sorry, the value from this web app, the main application for it is teaching. We thought the education environment is a good application for this, where the leader can kind of join in leader mode, load in their data set, and then the teacher's able to navigate that space and kind of highlight and slice their data however they want, and they can share that view with however many followers want to join the classroom. So yeah, with this web app, we were able to create an interactive environment that you can explore. It's a little more interesting than just a picture on a screen. We added support for larger data sets with that big data mode, so we can add many more points than we were able to before, and yeah, just creating a open source, very accessible, fun learning tool.
Yeah, on that optimization we had to do, we ended up doing something called instance meshing, where we combine all of the data into one mesh instead of having it track everything separately, and then you can kind of go in and select an area and then blow it up to actual data points. That way, that's kind of the reason why we can handle so many data points more than like other softwares would be able to do, because of that instance meshing.